Yo, what's going on guys? It's been a minute, but welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different, but I wanted to answer a question that I actually get quite frequently from a lot of you guys. And the question that we are going to be answering in today's video is, what exhaust setup do I have on this car? You know, when it comes to picking exhaust for the car, in my opinion, that's definitely one of the most crucial, important pieces to a vehicle when you're gonna actually modify it, because the exhaust is kind of what's gonna give you that driving experience. Now with this car, it's a very simple setup. I will explain to you all that it is. It's nothing too fancy because I do plan on turbocharging this car at some point. So everything from the cat forward is all stock. So I have stock headers, I have a stock cat. What I have on this car is a full ISR catback stainless steel exhaust. So if you step around to the back of the car here, you can see it has these are the dual 3-inch tips. You can get dual 4-inch, but I feel like those would be pretty massive hanging out the back of this thing. But all this thing is, if I can get you down in here, it is literally, I believe it is a 2.5-inch stainless steel pipe with 2 3-inch blast pipes on it, nothing else. So very, very simple. There's no muffler, no resonator. Now the initial reason that I actually went with this exhaust is I do like personally how the blast pipes kind of overhang. So the blast pipes, they stick out a little bit, gives you a little bit of that Flava Flav, if you will, sticking out the back of the car. And the other reason that I bought this exhaust is it's actually extremely affordable. Now, granted, it is a pretty simple system, but for what you get, it is an extremely affordable system, and I think it sounds pretty good. Now, with that being said, it is very loud. So what we're actually gonna do today is, it just kind of stopped raining and it's not windy at all because I was waiting for a day where there's no wind interference. But what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna take you guys out. We are going to go for a drive in the old Nissan here, and I'm gonna show you exactly how this exhaust sounds. So let's go ahead. We're gonna probably find us a little spot. I'll do a couple pulls for you guys, let you know what it's like inside the car, all that good stuff. And yeah, we're just gonna hang out and talk about this exhaust a little bit. All right, so as you guys just saw, we got the car, it is out. We are strapped in and everything is good to go. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this thing for a spin, kind of talk about the exhaust a little bit, and just kind of let you guys know what it sounds like, what you should expect while driving it. And I will say, it is loud, but it sounds awesome. Also, sorry for the exposure when I'm in here. The exposure's kind of whack because all the windows and everything, but let's go ahead and take this thing for a spin so I can teach you guys a little bit about it and let you know what it sounds like. So right off the bat, what I will say is it's not horribly loud. I hope the mic is actually able to capture the audio because I obviously want it to be as realistic as possible for you guys. But so when you're driving, obviously I need to talk a little bit louder. If you're in the typical RPM range, like 2,000 to 3,000 RPMs, it's not bad at all. It's actually really tame. It's when you get on it, so when you actually open it up, when it hits 4,000 RPM, it gets like significantly louder and it's really, really weird. But I'll show you kind of what I mean. I'm gonna wait for this car, but I'm gonna do a pull. I'm gonna get it like, you'll see, once it hits 4,000 RPMs, it gets like way louder. So I found this big warehouse spot just kind of off the road. I'm gonna give you guys some free revving so you guys can hear what that sounds like. And then I'm gonna find a road to actually do some pulls on it. I will say the idle is very tame. So at idle, it's not bad at all, but I'm just gonna set you guys kind of right here behind the car, free rev it a little bit so you can check it out, but this car looks pretty good in this setting. This is nice. I might take a couple pictures too while I'm at it. All right guys, so it took me a minute. I gave you some free revs. I'll label the RPMs. I think it was 3,000 and then 4,000 to 6,000. I didn't hit the limiter. I don't know if the limiter in this car works or not exactly, because it was a auto that has been swapped to a manual. And one time I free revved it and it went well over 8,000 RPM. So I don't really want to test it and blow it up right now. But I wanted to give you guys some driving sound clips, so that way you guys can actually hear what it sounds like under load. I found this really oddly long parking lot for whatever knows. It's at a soccer facility, but there's nobody here, so I figured I won't bother anyone. But I'm going to just put you guys on the tripod. I'm going to do a couple, going away and then coming towards the camera, so that way you guys can kind of experience and know what it sounds like under load. Because if you buy this exhaust, obviously you don't want to put it on and then it sounds completely different than what you're expecting once you're actually driving it. So like I said, I'm going to set you guys down on the tripod and we will do a couple of light pulls so you guys can just hear what it sounds like under load. But so far the car is doing great, can't complain. So I'm gonna set you guys up probably right over here somewhere and we will get her done. It's a little windy, so I'm hoping you guys can hear it all right, but you should be fine. It's pretty loud, so once I start going, I don't think the wind is gonna be an issue at all. Okay, so hopefully that kind of helps develop what it sounds like a little bit under load. You can hear it, so when you are wide open throttle. Now the KA, I'm 99% positive, is a non-VVTi motor. This thing's kind of a dinosaur, so I don't think it has any variable valve timing or anything like that. But when you are full throttle, the way I describe it to everybody is it's pretty loud, and then you'll get up to 4,000 RPMs, and then it gets louder, and then you hit 5,000 RPMs, and it like screams. So I hope that you're actually able to hear that in the video. That's basically how the ISR system sounds. I think it sounds pretty good, especially for a 4-cylinder. It's deep. It doesn't really drone that badly on the roads, and it obviously gives the car a lot more fun of a driving experience being able to actually hear it. Now, if you live somewhere where sound is kind of a concern, like if you're in a neighborhood and you don't want to make your neighbors mad and all that, you might want to opt for, they make a like single exit with a muffler system. You might want to opt that route. I didn't go that route personally because one, mostly every single time that this thing comes out of the garage in the future, it's going to be going to a racetrack anyway. Two, if you drive it like an adult in a neighborhood and you keep it, 2,000 RPM or lower, basically driving it like a grandma, it's really not that loud and it's not an unbearable sound. My neighbor actually thinks it's cool because he's a big car guy. He's got a BRZ that's all time attacked out and a Grand Sport Corvette, so he doesn't really seem to mind it. But if you live next to some old people that are kind of grouchy, just be careful with it is what I'm gonna say. But this system, for how much you pay for it and the sound that you get and the driving experience that you get from it, I can't really recommend it enough. I think it's an absolute bang for buck when it comes to the price. So really simple little video. I hope this helps at least one of you guys choose an exhaust for your 240 with a KA. If you put this on an SR, it's gonna sound completely different. So, because I know there's gonna be one stupid dude that comes in here and he's like, why doesn't it sound like this on my car? My SR doesn't sound like this. This is a KA, dual cam. Okay, if you put this exhaust on a dual cam KA, it'll sound the same. But like I was saying, I hope this helps at least one of you guys. I hope that it was relatively entertaining. I know it's a short, simple video, but I wanted to get something out there. I haven't uploaded in a minute. I want to let you guys know I'm not dead, So we're still trying to keep the content coming. Like I said, I've been working a new job, so I'm trying to get that all figured out and everything like that. Once that gets rolling, I'm sure that the channel will be popping a little bit. But if you guys have any questions, leave a comment. Anything that you want to see about the car or just 240s in general, drop me a comment. I'll make a video on it. I am here to help the community. That's kind of what I want to do with this whole channel and everything. But I will look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you then.